Everybody goes through tough times, and it's not going to last. Things are going to get better. It's making those adjustments, and the league, figures out ways to get you out, and they're going.
Cal Raleigh, Seattle Mariners. How you doing, dude? Great to have you back on. And now he's moving, so he's not frozen. But what do you think? We're going over the All-Star conversation, and I know there's other things on your mind, but just to give us a minute on, if you think about that and if you agree with us, we'll get three in there. 'Cause Salvi and Adley are having a pretty good year too, if you haven't heard.
Yeah, they're having great years themselves. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys, like you said, there's a lot of guys out there playing well, and honestly, most of that stuff's out of your control anyway. So, can't really control that stuff. But yeah, it'd be great to go. I mean, stuff like that is something that you kind of strive for on a personal level.
Hey, so last time I saw you in New York, you got a new glove, you got a couple new ones in, and they were just kind of the regular, win in the mill gloves. Did you end up getting, that specialized glove with your name on it, or you're going with the pro stock right now, Rawlings?
Still breaking in the stock ones.
All right.
Yeah, I had to go up in a size in the glove. My hand kept getting worn out in one of my smaller mitts, so I had to go up in size, and still trying to break those things in, kind of give them to the bullpen catchers, and trying to quicken that process up. So
Yeah, and I think what people need to understand too a little bit, like the things that go on during and before games, like bullpen catchers are phenomenal at breaking gloves in. Like they broke in my third base glove when I was playing, they would restring it. So instrumental part of baseball, those bullpen catchers and out there, they are huge in that part. So I wanna go over why you got a new glove. Basically, you got a really good pitching staff here, man. You go from top to bottom. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. They get the strikeouts and they just go about their business. And I feel like kind of under the radar a little bit, I want to say, just because you guys maybe are out in the West, you guys are 5.5 games up. Talk a little bit about the pitching staff you have and, how nice it is to go out every day knowing you got a staff like that.
yeah, our stuff's unbelievable. I feel like they're kind of what makes us go as a team. So as they go, we go. They're kind of where it starts. So our starters, they've been great all year. They go get deep into games, always keep us in the games, fill the zone. I think that's the one thing is they keep the defense engaged in the game, and they're constantly pitching ahead in the counts. They're getting ground balls, getting quick outs, punching people out, and as a catcher, I can really appreciate that, and I know our defense does as well. So. But yeah, like you said, I know being on the West Coast, it's a little different. I'm an East Coast guy. I'm from North Carolina. Growing up, you just don't really hear about the West Coast as much. By the time you go to bed, they're playing, and you just don't get as much recognition. So I know if some people don't know us too well, they might not know how good our pitching really is, and how well we're playing right now.
This is really all you've known in the big leagues is this pitching staff, and you've kind of led these guys and grown up with these guys. But is it easier or harder to have a really good pitching staff? Because I've had really bad pitching staffs, and I've caught, the Phillies in 11 to 12 and 13 where they had Hall of Famers and Cy Young Award winners, where if we lose and I'm catching those games, golly, Kratz, you suck. Do you feel like there's do you feel like it's like, whatever, I'll throw down whatever. Gilbert's just going to make up pitches and throw whatever he wants, and we're going to get everybody out? Or do you feel like there's more pressure, like, you better not screw this up because these guys are really good?
No, I mean you can always look at it two different ways. I mean, I know me personally, I put a lot of stock into calling a game and making sure we're on the right page, and trying to get hitters out. But at the end of the day, our guys got really good stuff, and I know I'm personally going to mess up. It happens, multiple times throughout a week. So, it's just part of the game. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, and as long as I'm, being prepared as I can, and doing my homework and being on the same page as these guys, and watching the game, watching hitters, making sure we make the right adjustments, then it's really all you can do. And then the rest is up to the pitcher. They're the ones executing the pitches, and like I said, my job's back there to try to just lead them and try to steer them in the right direction.
Cal, last night Bryan Woo started for you guys. How relieved were you that it wasn't his elbow again when he came out of the game? I know a hamstring stinks, but like at least it wasn't his elbow. So were you guys a little bit relieved that one of your really good starters might be back? Hopefully, he might not be out long because it's not his elbow.
Yeah, first thing when I saw him grimace there on the mound, as a catcher, you guys know, you see somebody, they take a step back off the mound, they're making weird faces. So, first thing you think of, you think worst case scenario, obviously elbows, shoulders. And when we went out there and when he said hamstring, it was kind of a sigh of relief. Obviously, don't know the extent of it yet, but like I said, it's always better when it's not an elbow, it's not a shoulder, something like that along those natures, because we know how scary that can be.
When Saucedo came in last night, did you even realize that a run scored? Like, it happened so fast. Have you ever seen anything like that where, like, the first ball he throws goes into right field and then the next one is a wild pitch? Like, is that something that you sit there and you go afterwards, like, how could I have helped him through that? Or how could I have, like, helped him make this transition into a game he probably didn't think he was going to even be in?
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be put in, coming in a game like that. You know how routine-oriented pitchers are, and, when you get your rhythm thrown out of whack like that and you get thrust into a game with in the middle of a count with the guy in first base, it's not easy. So, nothing, it's just one of those things too. He threw a ball away into the outfield and, he gripped a slider a little too tight, and it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, whatever, clear bases, tie ball game. Let's get through this inning, find a way to, kind of salvage it and get back up in the game. So,
Hey, Cal, we know this team's in a good spot right now in the division, but they don't want to be complacent. What are you expecting at the trade deadline? Like, are the guys kind of talking about how this could be the year that this team wins a World Series? I think there's no doubt, and we've had other Mariners on, like, you guys want to see more from the offense, and this pitching staff could easily run through October. Agree?
yeah, I mean, it all starts with pitching and defense, and we have a great pitching staff. Our defense is really solid, top to bottom. We have guys playing great out there, and yeah, of course, you ask any team that's in the hunt at the deadline, they're going to want to add. They're going to want to, get more, whatever it may be, offense, bullpen help, starters, whatever it is. And, we feel like we put ourselves in a good position right now. Obviously, we don't want to be complacent. We got to keep going. And we know we have the good core on the team already, but adding some depth, adding something to the roster to help bolster is only going to help us, and it's going to help this team, get into October and, make a run into the postseason.
Very well placed. Got a new partner. You know how scary it can get when you're going for a close shave below the belt. I have my trusty helper with me with our goodie bag that we received from Manscaped for those sensitive areas. And the newest package is the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, including the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Wow, we got batteries in that bad boy already? Careful. The 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and then a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. Also has the dual LED spotlight. That one helps the little nose hairs.
Oh, the batteries in this one.
Batteries are good to go too. So yeah, if you need really some help. Cool. You can also look at the 3-length setting combs, and it is waterproof, which is a big deal as well. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 5.0, the boxers and the Shed travel bag. So they've also got the new Buff bundle. It's all you need to keep the summer heat a little breeze, and the bundle includes their signature silicone scrubber plus body wash. So you can get rid of that gross loofah if you've got one of those and grab a taste of freshness. There's the whole kit for you. I know AJ's got one. Kratz has one. I've got one at home as well. You don't have one yet, AJ?
You took it.
I did steal it. I did.
Yeah, so no, the answer is I don't have one.
Okay, great. Well, maybe
I'm sure they're great. Let me know when I get one. I'll go on there and get my 20% off with code FAL20.
There you go. As much as I love you, I'm not going to give you this second hand. So I'll give you a fresh pack. Okay. So join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer, 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com. And that is the code that AJ said. I know usually we use FOUL, but this one includes the percent off that you get. So FOUL 20. It's Cal, as you know, one of the leaders of this team. You've been on the squad for a minute, and actually we had Josh Rojas the other day who called you the team MVP. I'm sure you'd love to also be like, you know what? Julio's the team MVP. Like last year, obviously, he came on really strong after struggling the first month and a half or so. Do you have a relationship with him playing together for several years now where you can kind of have a little one-on-one talk with him and kind of see where he's at? Because at times it felt at least last year when, you know, they had the All-Star game out there too, like he just had the weight of the world on his shoulders. So, you know, what are you seeing as a guy that's been around him for a while now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm never gonna know what it's like to you know live the life of Julio. He's obviously a super talent and uh, super like superstar. He's a superstar. So everybody goes through tough times, and it's not gonna last. Things are gonna get better. It's making those adjustments, and the league figures out ways to get you out, and they're gonna hammer them home until you learn how to make an adjustment. So he's going through that, and he's still super young. I mean, I know what I was like when I was his age, and not that it's that far off, but it's just learning how to make those adjustments, learn how to be a professional, and he's going to come out of it on the better end. We know it, and we know when he starts to hit his stride, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and it's only going to help us even more.
Cal, did you make a cameo in his new show? Do you get to make a cameo in the J-Rod show that's coming out on Fox after the All-Star game? Are you like in there dancing or something?
I didn't even know there was a show. He probably doesn't. I don't know if I'm big time enough for him to put me on the show yet.
Wow.
Maybe I can sneak my way in there.
Okay, yeah. After the All-Star game, they're doing a thing called the J-Rod show, and they like followed him around. I don't know. I guess they didn't follow him around that closely if you didn't notice. So that's
maybe I'll make it.
Okay. All right. You got to do something cool to get hit a walk-off homer or something. That probably would get you on there. Well, wait,
he does that all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. That's no big deal. All right. So I got a couple off the field or non-Mariner questions I want to ask you about. First of all, I know you guys are in Tampa. Is your room haunted at the hotel?
No. We're at a different. You're talking about the one in St. Pete. What's it called?
Yeah. You guys didn't stay at the Vinoy?
No, we're not at the Vinoy this year. We stayed there 2 years ago, and I heard it was haunted. And we got out of there. So we're actually staying in Tampa right now. We're right next to the Lightning Stadium here. So newer hotel, not haunted, which is good by me. So,
but a long bus ride for you.
Yeah, that bridge. It's why so many.
It's not. Oh, by the way, don't call it a bridge. You'll get yelled at. It's a causeway.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. No, I made that mistake one time flying in there. My limo driver, I took the red eye. It was 5 a.m. from Seattle. From doing one of your games, and I'm like, man, there's no traffic on the bridge. He's like, sir, it's a causeway, not a bridge. Don't say that. I'm like, oh my god, 5 a.m. Dude, leave me alone.
I take it personally around here.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so then my next question is: the College World Series won last night. Sorry about your Seminoles, go Gators. But how excited are you about Link Jarrett and what he's done in year two? Because they went from first time missing a regional in forever, and then they went into the basically, almost the semifinals.
Yeah, I'm super jacked up. Got to meet him this off season, and I've only heard good things. From him coming in from day one, and we knew he had to kind of figure some things out and tear some things down in order to build it back up. I just didn't know it was gonna be this quick. So it's a credit to him, and it's a credit to how well he did with the recruiting and the turnaround and the transfer portal, and it's a whole new ball game with that now. I mean, going in and adding so many people so quickly and on top of what they already had and building off of that's huge, and makes me proud to be a Seminole. It was fun watching this year, and unfortunately they got screwed in game one. Kind of changes the whole. I mean, you guys probably saw the check swing, and I mean,
agreed.
That changed the whole thing. I mean,
you clearly didn't swing, Cal.
I don't know about that.
I agree with you, Cal. He definitely went.
Cal, when you get your extension, when the Mariners give you your extension this offseason, is there gonna be a Cal Raleigh like hitting facility at Florida State? Is there gonna be like a Is that
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
happening there?
I would. Yeah, it better be a good extension though. So
Yeah,
if that's the
exactly.
case, they do need to upgrade their cages. I agree. So
They just redid the cages, I think.
oh, did they?
I think they just redid them.
Well, I was there. I thought they were the same unless they just redid them recently. So I went back not too long ago, but I don't know. Let's check in on that, I guess.
Yeah, well, you can redo a pitching lab or something.
Yeah, we can get all
Yeah, that works.
all the Edutronic stuff in there.
Yeah,
Can you call it?
Fences back too, because that right field is like 200. So that's why you and Minkavich and JD Drew and all those guys hit all those homers because you guys had like the two.
Poke it over the fence.
Yeah, you guys had the 200-foot fence with like, we put chain link on top of it. Oh, now it's 220. Way to go.
Yeah, Cal needs help. Yeah, Cal needs help. Cal's like the second fastest to 50 home runs in Mariners history. I'm sure he needed that 200-foot fence in Florida State.
It only helps. So
Yeah, as long as it's called like the Big Dumper, cages or the Big Dumper pitching lab. But, like, you can use your name in there too, but you got to do something that the college kids would like. So I feel like that fits.
Yeah. We'll get it right. No need to put Cal Raleigh, just put Big Dumper on there.
There you go.
I like it. I like
There
it.
you go.
Always great to have you, dude. Keep doing your thing. Fun to watch the M's right now. Keep lighting it up with that pitching staff too. And we'll talk to you again down the road. All right.
Appreciate it. Good seeing you guys.
You too. Cal Raleigh, Seattle Mariners, with us on FT Live.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.